The Epic of Gilgamesh is an ancient Mesopotamian poem that tells the story of Gilgamesh, the king of Uruk, an oppressive king whose adventures eventually put him on a quest for immortality after the death of his best friend Enkidu, with things soon taking a turn along the way as he faces challenges on his way to accomplish this one goal. Before we begin, kindly consider subscribing to our channel and like the video. The story begins where we are introduced to Gilgamesh, king of Uruk, a ruthless and merciless king who is 2/3 god and 1/3 man. His method of ruling is through oppressing his people. For the young women of Uruk, this oppression takes the form of the Lord's right, which means to sleep with brides on their wedding night. For the young men, Gilgamesh exhausts them through games, tests of strength, and forced labor on building projects. Throughout the years of oppression, the people cried and pleaded to the gods for help and mercy. The gods finally responded to the people's pleas by creating an equal to Gilgamesh, who will be able to stop his oppression. They created a primitive man called Enkidu. He was covered in hair and lived in the wild with the animals. It was arranged for Enkidu to be seduced by Shamhat, who was a lady of the night, and after 6 days and 7 nights of lovemaking and teaching Enkidu about the ways of civilization, she took Enkidu to a shepherd's camp to learn how to be civilized. It is here that Enkidu learns about Gilgamesh's treatment of new brides and oppression, and travels to Uruk to intervene at a wedding. When Gilgamesh attempts to visit the wedding chamber, Enkidu blocks his way, and they fight. After a fierce battle, Enkidu acknowledges Gilgamesh's superior strength, and they become friends. Gilgamesh proposes a journey to the cedar forest to slay the monstrous demigod Humbaba in order to gain fame and renown. However, despite warnings from Enkidu and the Council of Elders, Gilgamesh is not deterred, and so they journey to the cedar forest. As they approach the cedar mountain, they hear Humbaba bellowing. They enter cedar forest and meet Humbaba, a giant monstrous being, and the battle commences. The mountains quake with the tumult, and the sky turns black. Shamash sends 13 winds to bind Humbaba, and he is captured. Pleading for his life, Gilgamesh finishes him with a blow to the neck, as well as killing his 7 sons. After this, the 2 heroes cut down many cedars, including a gigantic tree that Enkidu plans to fashion into a gate for the temple of Enlil. They build a raft and return home along the Euphrates with the giant tree. When the heroes return home, Gilgamesh is approached by the goddess Ishtar, but he rejects her advances. Furious, she asks her father Anu to send the bull of heaven to avenge her. Anu rejects her complaints, but later accepts after she comes with provisions for 7 years in exchange for the bull. Ishtar then leads the bull of heaven that comes with 7 years of famine to Uruk, and it causes widespread devastation. Without any divine assistance, Enkidu and Gilgamesh attack and slay it, and offer up its heart to Shamash. Seeing the victory these two enjoy while together, the gods decide that one of the heroes must die because they killed Humbaba, and Enkidu is marked for death. He falls sick and has a dream, seeing himself being taken captive to the netherworld by a terrifying angel of death, and sees the underworld as a house of dust and darkness whose inhabitants eat clay and are clothed in bird feathers, supervised by terrifying beings. For 12 days, Enkidu's condition worsens. Finally, after a lament that he could not meet a heroic death in battle, he gave up the ghost. Thanks for watching this video. We truly appreciate your support. Make sure you leave a comment down below like the video, and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on new videos.